Hello everyone, welcome back to our Procreate tutorial series. In today's video we will see how to create your own custom brush on Procreate, which is something you can absolutely do with any shape. Alright, let's select our brush tool and let's select the plus, but before that I need to tell you how to create the main shape of your drawing. So this is gonna be the main shape of our brush. It's just 4 blades of grass. Make sure to set a dark background color like black and to draw the shape of your brush in white, or else this will not work. Perfect, let's create our new brush. Alright, now that we got our new brush, let's immediately go to the shape section so we can edit it. We can choose to import it from a photo, a file, a source library, which Procreate does have, we're gonna see it later, or paste it. Now we are just going to cancel this and copy this whole thing. Perfect. Now we've copied it, we can go to the brush section and create the new brush and set the shape immediately. Let's edit it, import and paste. Alright, as you can see we've created our shape, and now as you can see the brush changed a bit. We can input as touch only with azimuth or azimuth and barrel roll, which basically means it will regulate itself based on how you tilt your Apple Pencil. Alright, we can choose to make it relative to stroke. We have rotation, we have scatter, which can be useful in this case, so let's put it a little. We have count, jitter, which basically varies your count. We got randomized, as you can see here. We can flip horizontally or flip vertically, and we have this option to rotate it as well. We have pressure roundness and tilt roundness. We have roundness vertical jitter, as you can see here it's changing a bit, and roundness horizontal jitter. Now let's go back to stroke path. We're gonna set the spacing to a little more higher. As you can see here, it's evenly spaced right now. We have the spacing jitter, which is useful. We have the jitter lateral. As you can see here, it will randomly, generate a path. And we have jitter linear. We have also the fall off. We have the stabilization, which I do not recommend in this case, but you can regulate it absolutely. And it will make your lines a little more clear, a little more linear, with basically no flaws. But grass does have flaws, so we're going to keep it to a minimum in this case. As you can see, it's changing quite a bit. We have motion filtering, with amount and expression, as you can see here. We have taper, can basically make your brush a little pointy, which isn't gonna really be visible in this case, but if you want to make, a pointy brush for your line art, can absolutely be done here. As you can see, we have also the option to habilitate the classic taper, change it a bit, as you can see. Shape, we already seen this, so let's go on with grain. Grain is another very interesting thing about creating brushes in Procreate. We got moving and texturized. Right now, let's select gradient, let's import it from our source library. Alright, let's see. We have so many different options. They are free to use once you buy Procreate. And as you can see, there's some from brushes that already exist in Procreate and others that did not exist in Procreate. We have shape source and grain source, as you can see here. We have a few different options, so let's go select something that could fit our grass. I don't think shape source is gonna cut it for now, but grain source will definitely do. So now we are going to use a pastel board wash. Perfect. Let's confirm our choice. And as you can see, we can scale it. As you can see, there's a little jitter there. It means it's working. We got the zoom. We got the rotation. We got the depth, as you can see here, got the depth minimum and depth jitter as well. You can offset the jitter. We have the blend mode, which we can regulate, of course. Do not recommend using lighting blending modes. Go watch the last video if you do not know how to use blending modes. I would definitely recommend it. We have brightness, we have contrast, we have grain filtering, which can be done with no filtering, classing filtering, and improved filtering. Grain can also follow the camera. Alright, let's go on to rendering. We have the light glaze, the uniform glaze, the intense glaze, the heavy glaze, uniform blending or intense blending. I definitely recommend keeping it to intense as it was before. We have the blending. We can regulate the flow, how wet the edges are or how burnt the edges are. We have the blending modes also for the burned edges. We have the general blend mode, which is normal right now. We have luminance blending and alpha threshold, which will make our drawing like this. And luminance blending as well. Now let's go to wet mix. We can regulate our dilution, our charge, our attack, the pull, the grade, the blur jitter, and the wetness jitter. We have color dynamics. We can select the hue, as you can see here. It's very fun to play with. We have lightness, darkness, secondary color, got hue again, saturation, we got lightness, darkness, and secondary color again. Got again almost the same options, but as you can see, it's a bit more varied. Got the saturation, got the brightness, the secondary color, and the color tilt here. Got the same options. Alright, for the color barrier roll, with hue, saturation, brightness, and secondary color again. Got the dynamics here. Regulate opacity, size, and spacing based on the speed of the line that you draw, which is a bit confusing, honestly, to use, so I definitely recommend to keep it to a minimum. We got also the jitter based on the speed of the drawing, and opacity. We got some settings for the Apple Pencil, as you can see here. You can regulate the size, the opacity, the flow, the bleed, and we got the tilt. We have opacity, gradation, bleed, size compression, and the barrel roll, of course. Size, opacity, and bleed again. We got the cursor outline, which is set to none. We can also set to contrast and active color. We have the hover with the estimated pressure and the hover feel. We got other properties. We can orient the brush based on how we orient our screen. If it's horizontal, the brush will draw horizontally. If it's vertical, it will draw vertically. We got the brush behavior, which is basically regulating the maximum size the brush can have and the minimum size that the brush can have. I recommend keeping it around here. We got maximum opacity and minimum opacity, which work the same way. We got the materials. We can see how they look on metal, for example. We can set metallic and roughness. We got the preview. We got our entitled brush here. We can set some preview. Got the size of the preview, the pressure minimum, the pressure scale, and choose to apply wet mix or not. We got also tilt angle. Alright, and here is about this brush. We can also sign and create a new reset point. The latest reset brush is basically the one we started working on here. We can choose to set our name, of course, and that's it. We've created our brush. Now it has been saved, so let's open a new canvas and try it out. As you can see here, it's kind of pretty actually. but it does have a flaw, which is the colors aren't very realistic. That can be fixed. Now we'll see how to edit an already existing brush. You simply click on it and the menu will appear again, and you can absolutely edit it however you want. It was at the rendering scale, no, it was a color dynamics. Let's set everything to, no, the way it was before. Let's set everything the way, okay. And now let's select the beautiful green, and there it is. Our grass brush is basically done. Now if we want to share it with our friends, we just swipe, and then we have the possibility to share it, duplicate it, and delete it if we want, if we don't like this anymore. Alright, this is it. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this.